Hi, hi, hi. Welcome to Tuesday Night Live. My name's Lisalyle. This is our channel here on YouTube. I need you to tell me how the connection is because I've moved back into a room far away from the router tonight. So I just thought of it as I hit the button to go live. Anyways, so please let me know if it's buffering or what's going on here, because I would really prefer that we had a clear connection. So welcome to this Tuesday Night Live. We are about to thrive, and yet in this wobbly space between, there is a lot going on. Hi, Miss Mo. How has day 2 of the new JOB going? How's the connection? Give me a thumbs up if the connection's good. Oh, my poor thumbs. Give me a thumbs up and let me know if the connection's good before we get too deep into this. There feels like a lot swirling around. We are quickly approaching the solar eclipse, which is going to be on Saturday. It's all good. Oh, good. Thank you. Oh, you don't start until next Monday. Oh, enjoy your last week of freedom. Truly being able to do what you want, when you want, and how you want it. So for those who don't know, my name is Lisalyle. This is my channel here on YouTube. Sorry, I just had to grease up my hands for some reason before we connected. And I did bring some white sage in here tonight. The big guns are coming out. And this is really, I feel like we're just clearing all of the cobwebs away. Perhaps a little bit of negative energy has been filling up your space or coming into your space. And let's face it, we're living in some pretty trying times. The grind, nose to the grindstone. And it really feels, it's more like, a piece of coal being transformed into a diamond. That's where we all are at this time. Oh my gosh, am I burning myself? Jeez. My new pink romper. Terry cloth. Oh my gosh. I didn't burn it though. I burnt my sock. Anyways, yes, so my name's Lisalyle. This is my channel here on YouTube. Of course, a very warm welcome back to those who have been hanging and healing and traveling with me for a while. And of course, a very warm welcome home to those who are just connecting with the space. And I trust that you land here at the most opportune time. And I trust that all of the messages delivered are pretty well timeless, with the exception of a few that are time specific. Right now, we are in this eclipse corridor, this eclipse gateway. We had our full moon total lunar eclipse, full blood moon total lunar eclipse in the sign of Virgo back there on, what was the date that we had that? The 14th of March. And now on the 29th, we'll have a partial solar eclipse in the sign of Aries. And we are moving, we've come into the new astrological year. It is truly the new year now. So happy new year, everyone. How you doing? I just want to say congratulations. You made it through the winter. It was a challenging time. And where we sit right now, this window where we sit, so the sun has recently moved into Aries. And we celebrated the equinox back there on the 21st. And so Aries in the Tarot, the archetype of Aries is the Fool. So that sacred fool leaning in, walking off the cliff and, traveling lightly and going for it. And the second archetype of Aries is the Emperor, the divine masculine, which brings us to the divine masculine and the energy about the masculine these days. First, I want to say to any men who may be here viewing this, thank you so much for the inner work you do. Thank you for showing up. And please know that the divine feminine loves and supports you and is really proud of the inner work that you do in order to be like the fool and lean in to the spiritual realm and remembering who you are, the divine alpha men, strong, confident, stable, secure, you know, I felt really compelled to say that because there has been um, the appearance of a lot of not necessarily struggle. I feel like those who are doing the inner work, particularly the masculine at this time, speaking of Aries, and Aries is ruled by Mars, and Mars is still moving back to this, Mars now moving direct. Mars was retrograde from December the 6th until March the 5th. No, February the 24th, 25th. And it will not reach the same degree that it retrograded at until April the 19th, right? The day before 420, Easter this year, the resurrection. And so it feels as we approach this time, the masculine is really feeling it. And those who have been spiritually aware, spiritually awake, and doing the inner work are likely coming face to face with the intensity of their emotions. And perhaps it's emotions that they've held back for quite some times, perhaps quite some time, perhaps. Oh my gosh, the first card out, rising above, clarity, freedom, and solution. And I would suggest that solution is spelled SOULUTION, soul, our solution, rising above, the white dove of peace, clarity. This is really confirming what is coming through is that the divine masculine has, in recent days, weeks, months, gained some clarity because they have cleared perhaps habits, addictions, this kind of stuff. They have perhaps put a lid on the medicine. 1111. This is like, again, soulmate, spiritual gateway energy. This is huge. We are in this really huge window of opportunity, and we are so supported by the spiritual realms. So again, if you are a man and you're connecting with this, keep going. Don't give up hope. You're doing great. And yes, men do indeed cry. So let's tune into some Archangel Michael energy here. Oromasis, purification, fire, number 43. Yeah, fire, Aries, Mars, and the purification takes place through the physical vessel that is the home of the solution at this time. And the solution is beyond the mind. It resides within the heart space, the purity of the heart space, and the inner fire. It feels like this is a time where what is required is a great deal of courage, to, step off the cliff. If you've ever stood at the top, I'm sure many of you have had this experience, whether it's a diving board. I remember as a young Lisa growing up in the Toronto area, we would go down to the beach, Q Beach, and they had the Olympic sized swimming pool there and the diving board, like the Olympic height diving board. And of course, everyone thought they were brave enough to go up and jump off of this thing. And and you couldn't come back down. So you had to jump. And it kind of feels like this is where we're at. No turning back. There's no turning back. You're here. And now it's time to perhaps lighten your load. For sure, it's time to lighten your load emotionally, and perhaps materially as well. The clutter in the home space. I have found in recent days the call to organize closets. Well, one closet in particular, my bedroom closet, and then another closet that's mine. So lightening our load and being courageous as we go. And each time we act, each time, love is an action, right? Love in action. So each time we take a loving action, it's like our inner fire, our inner passion, our inner courage is growing. And we know that we were born to keep growing. And sowing seeds of love, 1111, while we're here in this lifetime. So it feels that with this eclipse coming up, we may benefit from working the peace angel. 29 again. We have two 29s. They're from different decks, obviously. So that's 11, and it was 1133 there. 11, 11, 11. Like this is, it's almost like there's an urgency for us at this time to take action. And, we get to see our growth and experience it real time based on our reactions to situations and things unfolding around us. Peace and happiness, healing, all of these good deeds, this good work is inside. It's an inside job. It's the inner work we do in the embrace of unconditional love, the unconditional love of Source that lives as you and I in this current moment. And what I'm really feeling from this peace angel is one who is truly coming into their power, his or her power, by honoring the divine truth that lives within the human, HUEMAN, skin. Emotional maturity, emotional stability. True connection with the other. And it feels like there's a lot of soul reunions on tap for us this year. And like our higher selves, our multidimensional self, our fifth dimensional self is already working with the fifth dimensional self of those who we are meant to reunite with in this lifetime at this time. So it's like, hold the line, not toe the line, hold the line, keep the faith, and celebrate the little wins. And the little wins are those moments in which we are peaceful and calm in our reaction to situations unfolding around us, and not taking things so personally. Although we're humans, and we do feel things personally, and yet, it's a beautiful space to live within when we can see the forest and the trees, if you will, and the streams and the birds and the bees, and see it all, and interact and engage with others accordingly, from a place of maturity, from a place of non-violent communication, from a place of understanding that we are each at our own phase / stage of spiritual development. Like we are all evolutionary souls, and some of us are older than others, and and that doesn't make us better. It's about seeing the value in the progression of the stages of being human, having a spiritual awakening, if that makes any sense. 1522. Oh, yeah, back to this beauty. I'm feeling a lion in here, and I'm also seeing an owl in here right now. Of course, I see our spine right down the center. And this is not about, it's about being balanced and centered and grounded. It's not about, yeah, 25, the physical body. Again, so we have 25 and 43, 2 sevens. So we have ones and sevens. And this feels important that when we see these numbers, it's a reminder that we're on the right path. We are on this, the evolutionary path of our soul, real time. And it's about the human, developing the human who inside the soul lives. I feel like I'm talking in circles tonight. I don't know if any of this is making any sense to you. Give a thumbs up if any of this is ringing true for you, if it's making sense in the way it's coming through. And, there's almost a mirror energy on these cards. And so when we get grounded, when we are centered along our spine in balance, developing, emotionally maturing, it gives us the space and the freedom to co-create with the divine as we intended in this lifetime. This is the pathway of peace, prosperity, abundance, interpersonal relationships, connections, creation is really what I'm hearing there. And this is solar plexus activation. And it makes sense that on the other side of this solar eclipse, there's going to be a newness that comes in. It's almost like the eclipse thinks, Mo. It's almost like the eclipse is this blip in time, and we come to the other side and we're like, oh, at ease. We have been paying attention to the details, and we have been fine-tuning ourselves and our attitudes. We've been adjusting ourselves and our attitudes as we go, and we are growing. And, our spiritual team is so proud of us. Frank has been around me a lot in recent days. He's always, but like recently it feels like even more so. And my son is feeling him too. And he's so proud. And so I feel like Spirit is saying, want you all to know, your spiritual team via my team, through my team, want you to know you're doing great. You're really doing great. Keep the faith. Stay. We will always be guided back to the pathway that is our destined path in this lifetime. The path of spiritual service, the path of we're all here in spiritual service, and the spiritual service begins at home with ourselves. Okay, so that's it from that deck. And let's tune in a little bit more to the masculine, and let's see if there's any messages specific to the divine masculine. And we're using the goddess of the sun oracle. So this is the message that the goddess, the divine feminine counterpart of the masculine, would like to bring through. Had to dig for it a little bit. Reflection. And it's a 41, so change. I feel the message here is, just give me a second. the feminine sees you, this feminine feels you, and the feminine loves that which is the core of you, the essence of you. And that which you see in others, this is just like a tool to have in your toolbox. Those qualities, good, bad, or otherwise, that you see in others are also aspects of yourself, aspects that perhaps have been rejected. And when we reject aspects of ourselves, we can't fully be in our essence. And so there is something here that, the masculine is being asked to change. One little change, because you are indeed the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. You are the rainbow and the pot of gold all rolled into one. And it feels like, it almost feels like there's this magnetic energy here that is calling the masculine is calling the masculine home. Look at the light on the right here. I'm really, you know what? I just saw like feathers in the hair. And I'm not saying you men want to go out there and put feathers in your hair. If you do, I mean, that's kind of cool too. If you want to make a feather cap or something. But this is really feeling like you showing up in the world, you men showing up in the world as you are, authentic as you are, soft and gentle, yet confident, strong, and secure in your role of leadership in this lifetime. It's like you really allow the feminine essence to be who she is. And it's this beautiful sacred dance that the masculine and feminine are doing with one another at this time. And not many are doing the sacred dance in the physical. It's something that's happening, on the multidimensional planes, like in fourth or fifth dimension. I don't know exactly. It's our higher selves are dancing with one another and encouraging us to play and have fun. I heard flirt with each other. I don't know. Do any of you have someone to flirt with? Flirting's fun. Oh, so beautiful. And then we have this, is that the solar eclipse card? Oh, solar cycle 4. I'm like, are you serious? So the reflection card was the rainbow card. You wish flirting was fun? It is fun. I'm not flirting with anyone. I remember flirting to be fun. I mean, just life is meant to be fun, right? Laughing. I had someone say to me, a coworker say to me yesterday, Lisa, you need someone in your life who can make you laugh because you love to laugh. Yes. I get it. Yeah, this guy said to me, he's married. He's a fun guy at work. He's like a musical guy like myself. And he's like, you really need someone who can make you laugh. I said, you're right. That's the number one thing. But here we come to this purpose card. Number 1, again, remember, this is the divine feminine's message to the masculines out there. Your purpose is to show up authentically in the world, to do your inner work that you've been doing. If you're watching this, clearly you're doing it. You're not just watching here for my good looks and my sunny personality. And if you are, well, where are you? No, I'm teasing. Yeah, like if you're here watching this, you're doing the inner work. So thank you for that and keep going, because your path is to show up authentically in the world. The world is waiting on the true, gentle alpha males to rise up. And someone said to me, isn't gentle and alpha a contradiction? I don't feel it's a contradiction at all. Because when I remember Frank, that's exactly what he was: cocky, confident. He was confident. He embraced his role as the leader of the household. And in turn, him showing up in his masculine form, in his masculine essence, allowed me to soften and show up in the truly divine feminine way. And it was a beautiful dance of the masculine and feminine. So, and this is a number one energy, and one is the magician, the new beginning. You know, the sacred fool takes the step off of the cliff, and all the magic and the fun and games begin. This is really interesting because the thumbnail for this live tonight has a similar feel to this now, doesn't it? And it was interesting. It was the sunrise. I was walking on one of the local paths on my birth to earth day, and took that picture, the sunrise coming up. So there's something about that. The sun is coming up. The sun is going to shine again. And it's via the purity of your heart and facing the shadow within, facing the shadow within. It's funny because I was going to, for the thumbnail, it was going to say, it just didn't fit properly. But it was like let me see if I can find it here because it's on my computer. Let me see if I can quickly find it. Something about our light, like in order to shine bright, it's like the depth of our, the brightness of our light is like the depth of our dark. I can't find it. I will find it and share it maybe on the community page. They're asking for one more from the feminine to her masculine. And I'm just feeling like stepping stones. Remember that song? I'm not just stepping stone. Oh, who sang that? Was it the Monkees? And this is the thing. It feels like, for the ladies out there, you are not a doormat. You've never been anyone's doormat. And every experience has been a stepping stone to for us to match and magnetize in this lifetime our divine counterpart, feminine or masculine. And it's a step-by-step process. And along the way, yes, the Monkees, I'm not your stepping stone. I'm going to have to listen to that. I forgot that. I used to love the Monkees so much. They were so much fun. I'm not just stepping stone. I don't even think I have the right tune, but and I can't think of the words, but as soon as I have it playing, I'll know all the words. But this feels like this a gate. This feels like this eclipse gateway, this eclipse doorway that we're walking through. And, you know, it is the purity of our heart that wants to shine through. So one more from the femme to the masculine, and then we're going to get a few cards from the Return of Spirit Oracle. I trust you're all doing well. If you're catching this on the replay, give me a thumbs up. This channel's growing and I'm so grateful. Thank you all so much for showing up. Thank you to all who continue to support me, buy me a coffee. I really appreciate it. And I was really overwhelmed and surprised at the number of donations I've recently received. And I'm not receiving notifications from PayPal for whatever strange reason. So thank you. And I know I haven't done those 2 draws. We're going to do 2 draws on the day of the eclipse. I haven't. Oh, this is so beautiful, everyone. This is it. We were saying step by step progression. This is our year. I could cry right now, actually. Because I know, I've been feeling it. I've been saying it. This is my year. And if you're here watching this, this is your year, whatever year that may be. At this particular time, it's 2025, a universal 9. We're wrapping up cycles. We're clearing things up as the hermit. We're flipping the script, right? We've done the inner work. We've done the reflection. We have risen above. We have called on our spiritual team. We have done the healing, and we continue to do the healing. And now we are excited about the progression that we're seeing and feeling. And it's time for co-creation in a really, it feels like a really profound way. I don't know. I'm always sitting on like crossing my legs in the chair. It's probably not so great. But again, this is like another gateway, right? We walk through, we know our purpose, and we are progressing on our spiritual path of purpose in this lifetime. This is the year. And a 43, again, we had the 43 with the purification fire card. And so this is, thanks for bringing me back to this, to my team, because what I was trying to say earlier is that it feels like during the eclipse, and the fact that I brought the white sage tonight when I'm normally burning Palo Santo is important. It feels like there's something about the flame. The flame of our inner fire is growing within, and it's perhaps we need to feed the fire with our breath in order to clear some of the denser energies. And particularly for you men who are watching this, it feels like that's the call, working with some fire, working out some of your aggressions. Yes, fan the flames, like the bellows, fan the flames. It feels like, again, I'm feeling like a divine masculine energy coming in here. And it's like, do what you need to do to release what has been holding you, or what you have been holding within. Find a way to release it. And fire feels like, I heard the fire walk. I'm not encouraging anyone to go walk on hot coals or anything like that, but perhaps you feel like your life, you've been walking through hot coals, sidestepping the really painful bits and stuff. We cannot bypass humanity. HUEMANITY cannot bypass this stage of our spiritual evolution, of our planetary development. We can't bypass it. We've got to go through it. And so we got to be strong and courageous. And we know that our team, when we see 1-1, that's our team. When we see 7-7, do we have 3 7s now? Yes, we do. 3 7s. When we see the 7s, it's a message from the heavens that we are on the right path for us. It's like I'm seeing like lucky strike, the fortunate path, the pathway that is, the stepping stones are paved with gold. How beautiful. And we are the sacred key, here to set our soul free. There's been some things in recent days that have been in my personal experience. And because of the others involved, I won't get too detailed about it. What I will say is, where was I going with that? Maybe I'm not supposed to speak about it at all. Oh, yes, I remember. In recent days, there's been a lot of like interesting energies coming my way, in my general space, home and external as well, like in the workspace as well as the home space, really around this masculine energy. And, actually, although there's been some divine feminine energy in there as well. And having a conversation today, it was like, it was almost like, not that I don't care. It's like, I'm not concerned with what people think about me anymore. I'm not really concerned with how people view me any longer, because remember, everything's a reflection. So good, bad, or otherwise, if there's people out there in the world that are judging us, they're judging themselves more harshly. Send them love and forgiveness. And forgiveness is a big message. Ooh, forgiveness is a big message that's been coming through in the last couple of days as well. And I feel that energy as we approach Easter, because it is like really the essence, one of the most beautiful essences of our dear brother Yeshua the Christ. And we are here to reignite and resurrect the light of Christ as sisters and brothers. And so it feels like our ability to not concern ourselves any longer with what people think through our physical body, because like, yes, lucky 7 is also my number for the spiritual vessel, the physical vessel that contains the spiritual essence, the spiritual soul. And so it's really important for us to always come back to the spine, to our physical experience and what's going on inside, and no longer becoming like fanning the flames via our reactions, right? Because there's, a particular energy in my life that has come in recent days. And, previously there was a little bit of a blow up on Sunday in here in the home space with this third energy. And, in the past, I used to really, like as an empath, or perhaps as maybe I was an egomaniac, who knows? I mean, I have been at moments in time. Normally, though, the reaction would be to try to fix it, to try to patch this up, this divide. And this time, it's not mine to patch up. There's, everyone is adults, young adults, older adults. Everyone has the same opportunities to rise. And it's not our jobs to fix other people. We can't fix other people. And this particular situation, it's been one that's been present for years that I have been trying to fix, and trying to encourage and nurture. Not necessarily fix, trying to nurture, because it's, a very important person in my life is connected to that energy. And it's not mine to fix. Everybody grows up and sees things for how they are, sees people for what they are. And, we each have an opportunity as full-grown adults, maybe not fully matured adults or fully healed adults. We have the opportunity to do things different or to keep doing things the same. So, yeah, we are progressing perfectly. Still making sense here? We're going to get those return of spirit cards right now. And then I feel like I'll do Whimsical Wednesday interactive messages. I may record them tomorrow. And then perhaps if I record them and upload them, then come live tomorrow night. We can do some card pulls. I'm going to get all 3 cards. The first one is amazing. I mean, well, actually, I got to show you. And again, progression. We are shifting. And we're doing so in a grounded way. And we're showing up in the world in a different way. We're showing up for ourselves. We're showing up for our loved ones in different ways, more confident, more secure in who we are and what we're bringing to the table, without our attachment to how people think about us or feel about us or any of that. That's really not our business. How does God feel about me? What's my spiritual team thinking about me? And what they're thinking about all of us is they're very proud of us. They are very proud of us. Yeah. I'm sure most can probably garner what I'm speaking about. If you've been around for a while, and if you were here, Saturday night and then Sunday. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Mo. Exactly. And, and there is an aspect of that also that, um, there's some sadness around it, sadness for the parties involved. And in particular, the younger party involved. And the younger party involved has been acutely feeling the presence of Frank and the loss of Frank in recent days. And yeah, I was just like, I'm like, another card. They're like, no, just look at the bottom. So from the Return of Spirit Oracle, which is when I deliver soul messages, I work with the Path of the Soul and the Divine Guidance Oracle by Cheryl Lee Harnish. And this is her third Oracle deck as well. And it's called Return of Spirit. And she's a Canadian. I haven't seen her around much at all in recent years, but beautiful work. So the first card out here is shifting. We're shifting. We're trusting our intuition. We're getting grounded. We're healing. We're acting courageously. We are resting and recovering and renewing. And we are communicating with our spiritual team. We are worthy and deserving of the time and attention we give ourselves. I'm just hearing creative co-creation. Yeah. Same. And this I'm feeling like honeycomb energy here, but it's all squares. I'm sure you can see that. But it's like the triangles I see going up. This is solar plexus activation, cosmic butterfly, preparing for flight. This is speaking to it all, like emotional balance, healing deep into the roots and the nervous system. This is really what, in one of the messages last week, one of the videos last week, the message that came through was, heaven on earth is a calm nervous system, right? Not feeling overwhelmed. And so we have to learn how to take care of ourselves so we feel calm, so we give our nervous system space to unfurl and relax. And again, the space is the essence of the Divine Mother and unconditional love. I was feeling honeycomb and I just heard like Queen Bee, Divine Feminine energy is supporting this transition. This is the assistance we're receiving from the angelic realms, our eternal soul, our spiritual team, God, the angels, our loved ones in spirit. If you don't like the word God, insert whatever word you want to put in there, higher power, creator, source. Let's not continue the divisive energy here on the planet, because right now I have not ever lived through such a divisive time. And we're here to change that. So let's not give it much energy. Let's do our part, because we are here in service to our eternal soul. And we are assisted in a myriad of ways. Trust the truth that you know. And again, this feels like I'm feeling honeycomb and an intricate system. We don't want to be one within the hive of the mind. We want to be one within the stream of consciousness that emanates from the heart, the magnetic draw to things that bring us peace, that have us feeling creative, that we're sure we are on our path of purpose. And on the bottom of the Return of Spirit deck, we have the knowledge. This is ancient wisdom, modern mystic, simply spiritual. Sacred geometry, mandala, flower of life. Again, a lot of solar plexus energy. The more we show up for ourselves, and Aries is fiery, masculine energy, um, like that Leo energy. And Leo will be our next fire season, right? Because we're in Aries, and then we got Taurus, the earth, and then we have Gemini, air, then we have Cancer, the water, and then we have Leo again. So there is something about Leo season here. By Leo season, things are going to look and feel completely different. And externally and worldwide, globally, it may look like a complete shit show, because I don't see that clearing up quickly. But in our own, yes, the kaleidoscope, all the little broken pieces of glass or plastic or whatever that make this beautiful, like a stained glass window. But it feels like whatever's going on in our personal experience, we are going to feel a tremendous shift, and we're worthy and deserving of all the abundance. We're worthy and deserving of our dreams coming true in this lifetime, at this time. So all I would encourage as we wrap it up for the evening is continue to be good to you. And spirit, God, the angels, your loved ones in spirit are so, so proud of you. So proud of you. Keep speaking your truth. Keep showing up for yourself authentically day to day, and give that same version of yourself to the world around you, because that is the medicine that the world needs. And we are all so worthy and deserving of all good things. If you're not feeling worthy and deserving of good things, perhaps this is an opportunity for some deep healing through that sacral chakra, the space between your hips. And deep healing isn't sexual healing. So maybe we're going to talk more about sacred sexuality on Thursday. Until then, everyone, I hope that these messages resonated. Please do let me know in the comments down below. Dawn, thank you so much for showing up tonight. I really appreciate your presence in my life. I see you. I feel you. I love you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.